We'd also like to send our condolences to the family, friends, and fans of Mike Virgil Jones. He also passed away this past week. First seen Virgil when he was called Soul Train Jones in Memphis. Uh, the song "Living in America" from the movie Rocky Four was pretty popular at the time. Of course, Rocky Four was pretty popular at the time, so uh, they basically dressed Mike Jones up as Apollo Creed with a red, white, and blue top hat and everything, and tights, and called him Soul Train Jones. Next thing I know, he's in the WWF as Virgil, the valet of Ted DiBiase. From there, he became Vincent in WCW. He is a former $1 million champion. Defeated Ted DiBiase, held it for a cup of coffee, then uh, dropped it back to Ted DiBiase. Anyway, condolences go out to the family, friends, and fans of Mike Jones.
What do you want to talk about?
Wrestling. Wrestling is good.
Why do you do that? Oh. Why not?
It's fake.
Wrestling's not fake!
Hello, wrestling fans. Hello, folks. Hello, ma'ams and sirs. This is Ronald Ray, your boy with a cornbread accent. Appreciate you folks tuning in to Spot Show live stream. Sorry, I'm a little flustered this week. It's been another one of those weeks. Ready for Friday. Ready for the weekend to be here. Going to indie show uh Saturday night, so looking forward to that. Like I said, I hate to start these shows off with sad news. This past week we lost two uh, two wrestlers. One being, as I mentioned, Mike Virgil Jones, and the other one was a favorite of mine, Ole Anderson. Yes, people say some things to, I guess, get some SJW points or whatever, but he is what he was, and guess what? Most people you like, they're not exactly saints either. But I was a fan of Ole Anderson's. Do I guess I'm just drawn to assholes, I guess. A lot of my friends are assholes. Yeah, it could be just me. Some people call me an asshole. What do you folks think? Okay, everybody hear me out there? Hello, Brenda Watson. I see you're here. Glad you can join me today. I would say us, but I'm the only one here. Can't afford a producer yet. But yes, like I said, Ole Anderson, one of my favorite ones. Just he just looked like he would hurt you for real if he had a chance. And the story goes that and there's a few people who did hurt for real. Uh, I think Al Snow during his interview, uh, he's he gave a Ole story where he was trying to break into business. Uh, not sure the quite amount. I think $1,500. He showed up with his $1,500. Did the 5 miles, 500 Hindu squats. Run up and down the bleachers 500 times, I guess. Whatever they had to do. Um, then they got in there with some legit guys, and uh, Al Snow said he did pretty good against a couple of them. Then Ole was like, "Okay, my turn." So he got in the ring with him on the mat, and of course he didn't do the usual freestyle collegiate style wrestling. He just showed him what he did on TV. He, put his finger in his mouth, stretched his mouth out, laid it into the kid, and sent him on his way. But I also say he did get the last laugh when finally somebody did train him, and I guess he was in Mid Atlantic or something like that in the locker room, and just gave Ole away. Of course, Ole probably didn't remember who he was. Um, Ole was just happy to get that $1,500. But wherever he is, from what I'm reading, he was uh, actually good friends with Thunderbolt Patterson. Um, and and from what I'm reading in his book, I think his own words, he said when he was a booker and everything in Georgia, part owner in Georgia, he didn't care. CM Punk probably stole the line from him. He didn't care about making friends. He cared about making money. The bottom line is he didn't care what you looked like. If you drew money, he'd use you. Or if you were good in ring and all that, he'd use you. Brad Armstrong in his interview, of course, Brad Armstrong loved just about everybody. He said he liked Ole. Um, you don't really grow to love Ole. That's Armstrong's words, and he said, look, guy always had a place on his card for him, so he got along with Ole. So, uh, and like I said, he looked like he was really hurt some people out there, and like I said, he just kind of grow fond of people who just look like he can beat somebody up. Uh, Look at today, or Gunther. I mean, don't look like he can beat nobody up. He looks like he's really hurting people. Brock Lesnar, of course, Ole Anderson wasn't as cut, ripped, and as tall as those guys, but um, and Ole was a tag team wrestler too. Him and Gene Anderson, former, uh, I think they held the Mid Atlantic, the Georgia tag team championships, uh, probably Florida as well, and he also had a good tag team with Stan Hansen. They're former NWA World Tag Team Champions. Uh, don't know if I mentioned it. Yeah, Ole and Gene were former NWA World Tag Team Champions too. Then he partnered up with Arn Anderson, and I think the only thing they won was the National Tag Team Championship. I think Ole was kind of on his. Um, I think he was looking to get out of wrestling. Uh, he also owned some sawmills, I do believe, up north. I want to say Wisconsin or Minnesota. I gotta go back and read his book. If you haven't read his book, definitely check it out. Read. It's a good book, and like I said in there, he pulled those punches. I don't know if I can say this right now, but he told Vince and Linda McMahon to go themselves. So um, yeah, Ole, Ole, you knew where he stood with Ole, so you gotta respect that. Anyway, after that kind of talk, we can talk more about Ole and Soul Train Virgil Jones later. Uh, let's kind of get what I was going to. I ain't got a whole lot to go over today, uh, or tonight. Let's see here. Whoops. Let's go to. Let's do a quick little recap on the Elimination Chamber pay per view, or I did it again. Premium. What did he say? Yes, he actually. Yeah, Ole Anderson lived in Monroe, Georgia. That's where he was living at the time. Yeah, I think he pretty much just, uh, between, you know, Georgia Championship Wrestling and worked for Crockett. I think he just settled in Georgia. Um, I know I watched one shooter interview with him. He had said he was it was I think he had some resident and some property in Lake Hartwell, Georgia, um, or that area. Then I guess he moved down to Monroe, Georgia. He actually made uh, an appearance, I believe, for Southern Fried Championship Wrestling. So I'm pretty sure they'll give a little tribute to him. Um, all he was just a businessman. All he cared about is making money, and that was him. Anyway, like I said, let's move along here. Trying trying to pep up this live stream here, not shedding tears here. Yes, let's talk about do a short little recap of the Elimination Chamber here. Let's see how well my predictions went. And yeah, I know it's they WWE. Some yes, it can be predictable and sometimes easily predictable. Um, Trying to figure out the word I'm really looking for here. Um, anyway, like I said, predictable, but they know how to tell a story. So if you know how to tell a story, no matter how predictable, I mean, there's plenty of TV shows out there, through history that you can probably go, hey, I know what's, and movies, any entertainment or any like books or TV movies, you probably know what's going to happen in the end, but you stay along for the story. And I think WWE right now does a about as good a job as any, as telling a good story and oops, I probably don't have my notes on me. Bad me. Oh, oh well. Who needs notes? We know who won. So yeah. Anyway, so you had the first match of the night was the ladies elimination chamber match. You had Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Naomi, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, and Tiffany Stratton. Uh, fans fans kind of dug Tiffany Stratton when she got eliminated. People booed. But she went. Actually, Naomi was the first one eliminated. She got eliminated before Bianca was even released from her chamber. Um, then let's see. After that, I believe Raquel was the next one eliminated, or was it Tiffany Stratton? Anyway, when Tiffany Stratton got eliminated, people didn't like that. People booed. Um, but yeah, then Bianca wound up eliminating Raquel. Raquel, with her illness, came back on her. You can tell she wasn't feeling. She didn't look like she was feeling well. This is, I mean, uh, her illness kind of snuck up on when she was supposed to be returning, and you can tell. But hopefully she can recuperate again and get better. I didn't watch Raw, so I don't know if she was actually on there or not. Apologize for not watching Raw. Then, actually, what shot me, Liv Morgan would eliminate Bianca Belair with a schoolgirl roll up. Then, as soon as she popped back up, Becky Lynch with a manhandle pins her, making Becky Lynch the sole survivor of the Elimination Chamber and going on to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Should be a good match there, I think. Should be a decent one. Uh, I'll do predict WrestleMania predictions when WrestleMania comes. Uh, and next one, I believe I got this one right. The Tyler Bates and Pete Dunne. Good match here. I thought it was a very good match. Against the Judgment Day. Judgment Day wind up, keeps the belts. Um, had a little blackout moment. I guess Australia TV or people at Peacock didn't care to see the fans flip off Dominic Mysterio, so they blacked that out immediately. Um, Whoops, there I am. So that was that that ruffled a few feathers, especially people who just flip people off regardless. Um, but yeah, I thought that was a good match there. Probably, I would say that's probably my favorite match of the night. Um, I mean, you just can't go that talent right there. You just it should go smoothly and be a good match anytime you put those four together. Let's see. Next. Okay, I did get this wrong. I will admit. Uh, Grayson Waller got a great reception from the fans this night, uh, but he didn't get a crossroads and a stomp. It was his buddy uh, Austin Theory who got that. Austin Theory got on there and said, "Hey, I tried that Vegemite. It sucks." And I don't know if you ever seen Vegemite. Uh, one of the YouTube shows I watch, one of the people in the panel, I think he's from Australia, and he talked about Vegemite uh, on one episode of the show I watch. He actually got a piece of bread and showed everybody how to properly place and eat Vegemite on bread. He said, you take a piece of toasted bread, put a little butter on it, then put just a little bit of the Vegemite on it, and eat it. And he loved it. I think there's a couple other people on the panel who tried it one time, and they also said it sucked. The stuff looks horrible. But anyway, he said he tried the Vegemite and it sucked, but went to another favorite of the country of Australia as far as authentic food. He went and got a bloomin' onion at Outback Steakhouse. Um, yeah, the Australia crowd didn't like that too much, but yeah, Grayson Waller came out, got a good ovation. Uh, and basically Seth was going to say, "Hey, Cody, I got you back. Cool, you got my back. That's cool." Cody Rhodes actually challenged The Rock as well. Um, then Austin Theory got the mic again, started doing his best Rock impression, and Seth Rollins threw him to the turnbuckle. Cody gave Theory the Cody Cutter, and then the stomp. So I did get that wrong. Grayson Waller didn't get the Crossroads. Austin Theory didn't get Crossroads either, but he got a Cody Cutter and a stomp. So I was missed it just a little bit. Let's see next up. Then you had the men's um, elimination chamber match. This was pretty good too. Uh, I guess Orton was playing a little possum in that match. Uh, I also got a little bit of this wrong. I predicted either Logan Paul was going to screw LA Knight out of winning, or vice versa, or they screw each other out. One eliminates the other one, then the other one caused the other one to lose. That didn't happen. It was actually AJ Styles who came in and caused LA Knight to lose. Um, and man, freaking Bobby Lashley. I call Bobby Lashley Bobby fucking Lashley, and dude earned it that night. Logan Paul, hey, he took his lumps. He went through the pods. Uh, he got uh, he got smacked around by Kevin Owens. Uh, but he also ate an RKO from Randy Orton. Got eliminated, and for a little bit of revenge, he grabbed the brass knucks and knocked Randy Orton out, letting uh, Drew McIntyre score the pinfall. So now it's going to be Drew McIntyre going against Seth freaking Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. Like I said, I'll hold my predictions later. Um, but right now, I'm kind of going with Drew on that match too. But you never know; it might be Seth win and Damian Priest will cash in. Who knows? Or they might hold that off. Might maybe just hold off and cash in on Monday Raw to get those ratings. Um, who knows when they're gonna cash in that? Let's see. Then after that, you had the main event: Rhea Ripley against Nia Jax. I believe this is Brenda Watson's favorite wrestler, Nia Jax. Just kidding. She loves mommy. She loves Rhea Ripley. Um, and as well as all of Australia, this was the hometown girl coming home. Came home with the belt, left with the belt. She wound up defeating Nia Jax. I read before I was able to watch it. I did read some of the stuff online what people said. Everybody was saying this is like a great match, whatever. I wouldn't say it was a great match. It was just well produced, I think. They knew the limitations of Nia Jax. So the best thing was it, Nia Jax, this heat. Slow comeback from Rhea Ripley till she made a full blown comeback. Riptide, 1, 2, 3. Rhea's still the champion, and I couldn't, I don't think anybody done any better. I'm not sure who produced that one, but whoever did that one should have gotten a bonus that night. They did a good job producing that one. So what did everybody else think about Elimination Chamber? Everybody enjoy that one, or I know Brenda enjoyed watching Rhea Ripley beat Nia Jax. Truthfully, she cannot stand Nia Jax. I'm not a huge fan of Nia Jax either. Um, but yeah, overall, was the greatest pay per view? Nah, it was just another step to get to WrestleMania. That's the one everybody's looking forward to. Uh, yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. It was good enough. It was just a pay per view to hold us over till WrestleMania. Uh, get some get some loose ends taken care of until, like I said, WrestleMania. All right. Refrigerator Jax has no. She really doesn't. Her promos is very cringeworthy. I think. I mean, it's just. I don't know. It's like she could be a big monster. You know. Uh, Definitely could use somebody to talk for her, but um, and of course she has that reputation of hurting people as well. So that's not a. But she came back. She's doing it a little better. She's lost a little weight. Still not as mobile. That uh, Rhea attempted to do a hurricanrana, and she just kind of stood there, didn't do the front roll or anything. But not sure if that was design or that was just Nia saying, "Nope, not today." Nia does no front rolls for a hurricanrana. Uh, but we'll pick up on that later. We still got the open forum tonight. I don't have any matches to share this week. Of course, being the great uh, planner and everything that I am, of course, I don't have one ready yet. One ready for this week. But still thinking about that whole uh, Wrestling Gold Friday night. I almost forgot the name of my own possibly future show. I'll definitely talk more about that weeks to come or week to come. Uh, Definitely want to get that off the ground. Anyway, let's talk about some AEW. Yes, I watched Dynamite last night. Right before I came on here, I recorded the my recap of Dynamite. Uh, so after this, I will upload it. Please check it out. Or I hate saying that. Please check. Like I'm begging. Anyway, be cool if you check it out. So yes, this Sunday, March 3rd, is Revolution. Not sure if I'll be watching this. They are this is course is the final pay-per-view for that dude right there, the Stinger. He is calling it quits. Uh, he's saying no more. Why am I? Anyway, I look good. I guess I'm sitting a little closer than I usually do. Anyway, yes, this is the final match for the Stinger. Uh, very long career. Let's see. I want to say 87, 1987. Uh, now, I, I think I just missed him and Jim Hellwig, the Ultimate Warrior. In Memphis, I first seen Sting, and at the time he was called Rock in Mid South or UWF. Uh, yeah, I don't like that either. I wish it was. Well, I mean, I got that Southern Fried show this Saturday anyway, but yeah, I kind of don't like that either. And I don't think they're gonna announce more matches tomorrow night on Rampage and Collision. Um, but yeah, I don't understand that. I guess they just I guess the one time it was on Saturdays because of holidays. I guess I don't know. Uh, but yes, this is going to be Sting's final pay per view. He's going to retire, do some fishing, play some golf, hang out with the grandkids. He's got grandkids. Just do what retired people do. Um, unless they somebody wants to call him up and say, "Hey, you want to be a producer or something like that." But I'm not sure Sting wants to do that. Don't know the guy personally. Don't have his number. Maybe if I did, I'd call him and say, "Hey, what do you plan on doing when you call when you retire?" He might say, "Hey, I'm just gonna do some fishing, some hunting, play a little golf, hang out with the grandkids, hang out with the wife, uh, do some church stuff." He's into the church thing, so he could be going back doing that. But I think he was pretty wise with his money too, and uh, I don't think he really had to be wrestling this long. I mean, people just throw money at him, and what are you gonna do? Not take it? But yeah, I hate that. I guess WWE is kind of spoiling us with these Sunday premium live events, and not going. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm gonna watch. It is on Sunday. I hope I didn't say Saturday. It is on Sunday. Um, even though I don't really have to work on Monday, I still got jury duty on Monday. So I heard they can be pretty boring. So I don't think I need to be staying up late and then trying to go to a courthouse. Uh, okay, when they first started out, I think they were called Rock and Flash. Um, but so yeah, that's not really a mistake. They called Hellwig Rock and Sting Flash because he was a little leaner and a little quicker of the two. So I guess they call him Flash. Then I think when they became the Blade Runners, uh, they switched from Flash. They dropped Flash and gave him the name Sting, and Sting stuck. Um, of course, like I said, the first time I seen both of them was UWF. I think it was like one match or something like that, if that. I just don't remember Hellwig being in UWF long till he ended up in World Class as a Dingo Warrior. But from this is a story that Bill Watts gave in his interview. He didn't care for Jim Hellwig and liked Sting because Sting was probably the better athlete and would would kind of just do what as he was asked uh, and did the things to get better. I mean, I'm sorry, Ultimate Warrior fans. Sting was a better in ring guy than Jim Hellwig. Uh, Sting was very mobile and uh, he would he would sell. Uh, Sometimes he wouldn't sell, but that's because if it was Flair or somebody, say, "Hey, don't sell this," and gave him a chop, and he wouldn't sell it. Um, in other words, Sting was teachable where Hellwig didn't want to be taught. So Hedwig just wanted to make a lot of money, which he did. Good for him. He beat Hogan. But enough about Hedwig. Let's talk about Sting. So yes, uh, Bill Watts ran Jim Hellwig out, kept Sting, put Sting with Eddie Gilbert, who was from what I hear, was a very good teacher, very good mind for the business. Unfortunately, he's not around with us anymore. I'm pretty sure he'd been uh, a booker, writer somewhere. Gosh, speaking of AEW could really use an Eddie Gilbert right now. Um, but yes, became I think they call themselves the first family of wrestling. Eddie Gilbert, John Tatum, and Jack Victory was in it for a short bit. Then um, uh, Missy, who was with John Tatum, started getting real friendly with Eddie Gilbert, and then they broke off that little partnership. Hot stuff, yeah, Hot Stuff Hyatt Incorporated. I think that's what they called it. Then they switched to the first family. It was Eddie Gilbert, Missy Hyatt, Rick Steiner, and Sting. Um, Steiner and Sting made a heck of a tag team. Uh, Basically, just from running over people. Sting, pretty much Stinger splash and clothesline and uh, elbow dropped everybody, and Rick Steiner suplexed the hell out of people. Um, but yeah, it's a very good tag team. Then they turned Sting babyface, and of course, then Crockett bought UWF out and uh, said, "Hey, this Sting can be a big star. Let's throw in Ric Flair. Let's see what he can do." And Clash of the Champions won. Uh, I think Sting would tell you the same thing. Ric Flair made Sting a star, and it was all uphill from there. Uh, Became the face of WCW. Uh, when Flair left, everybody left. He was there. Uh, Flair came back. Sting was still there. Hogan came in. He took a step back and uh, let Hogan be Hogan, um, and was there till WCW closed the doors. Then I guess he took himself a little vacation. Then I never announced his retirement when WCW closed. So I think he did the World Wrestling All Stars, maybe a couple of their pay per views. Then went to TNA when TNA was first started. I think he made a couple appearances when they was in the Asylum. Then I think once they got on Spike or TNA or it's TNN then Spike, uh, that's when Sting pretty much became a full time TNA employee. Was there for a long time as well. Uh, then I think the switch in management, ownership, and stuff like that changed there too. So Sting left, or his contract was up, and it's like, okay, I'm good. I got, I'm good. I bills are paid. Got the wife. I'm good. Uh, but WWE finally made a call. Say, hey, Sting, why don't you come up here, have a match? We'll put you in Hall of Fame. So he went to WWE, had two matches, one with Triple H, and the other one was Seth Rollins. Uh, was put in the WWE Hall of Fame. Actually announced the retirement there. Said, I'm done. I'm good. Uh, See ya. Then some years later, a few years later, not too many years later, this little, not really little, but this promotion uh, started by Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes, Young Bucks, along with the Money Man Tony Khan, started this little thing called All Elite Wrestling. Then I guess after a year or so that got got going, they Tony Khan backed a couple of dump trucks full of money for Sting, and Sting couldn't refuse, so he came in and now he said, finally, I'm done. I am done. Uh, I forgot how old Sting is. Let me get the Google machine up. I think I answered this question a couple of weeks ago, but let me Let's see if I can quickly pull it up. Let's see. Sting is 64 years old. So yeah, I think it's time for him to take a rest. It's better than jumping off balconies and uh and ladders. Gosh, shouldn't be doing that at 64. No need to. He definitely didn't need to do that. That's why he got Darby there. That's why he got Darby as a partner. Let him do that. That little crazy nut. I like Darby, but sometimes I wonder. But yes. So yes, this will be the final pay-per-view appearance of the Stinger. I'm pretty sure they haven't announced all the matches yet, but so far this is the matches I was able to pull up, and they have one being for the AEW International Championship, Orange Cassidy uh, against Roderick Strong. Yeah, he's definitely still more over than. Oh my gosh, what was it? August of last year, went to the AEW Dynamite show, and Hardy's got a big pop. Sting got got a hell of a pop too. But yeah, so we got Orange Cassidy going against Roger Strong for the International Championship. And I will say, I give AEW credit. It's not really easy to predict their stuff, but there's no story to follow. It's just, we're just going to throw some matches on there, maybe do a little build up, and that's it. And that's pretty much what they're doing here. Uh, I think it's time. Let Roddy beat Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy's already been a 2-time champion. Two, good lengthy reigns. Let Roger Strong have it and defend it, because I would almost say the international title. This is what confuses me. They have a TNT championship uh, and a TBS championship, which is the women's, but they have a TNT championship. It's supposed to be like their TV title, but Christian Holly wrestles and defends it on TV. But this championship gets defended on TV good many times. There's not too many times I've watched AEW where it didn't be defended. But this second reign, probably didn't defend it as much on TV, but still, uh, yeah, I'd put Roddy over on this one. Um, and as a in-ring performer, I like Roderick Strong. Just that whole Adam, that stuff became annoying. I know it was supposed to be this big hoax and blah blah blah, but it just didn't. It was cringeworthy, uh, but as far as in-ring talents, he's really good. Um, and not going to shed a tear if he beats Orange Cassidy. I like Orange too, but time time to switch that belt. Let's see, what else do we got? Oh, speaking of the TNT Championship, Christian Cage goes up against Daniel Garcia. Uh, I see Christian Cage keeping this. Uh, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Daniel get it, but they have kind of pushing him a little bit lately. Uh, but Christian does have Nick Wayne and Kill Switch. Maybe this will be the match where Kill Switch, you know, turns on Christian and helps Daniel Garcia. Who knows? Uh, I don't even think they know yet. They probably won't find out till they get there. But uh, what might seeing Daniel win, but I do definitely think Christian Cage will keep this one. Plus, he's probably, along with Sting, he's probably the most over heel in the company right now. So bring on the heat. Let's see. And you got FTR against John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli. Gosh, these matches been stiff between these four guys. The match last week, not last night, but last week, uh, didn't seem like the BCC wanted to give Cash Wheeler anything. But he looked like he held his own. Uh, I'm pretty sure that's the way they called it, in the back or whatever. But uh, he hung with him, and Dax is going to hang with him. This should be just a hard hitting, uh, hard fought tag team match. What I won't say show stealer, could be a show stealer, but um, it's going to go a little long. Uh, this will be a long match here, but FTR definitely can work that long match. Moxley, Claudio, they went what 20 minutes the other week, or last week. So, but so much I like to see FTR win it. I think the BCC will win this one. Um, just because, no rhyme or reason. Let's see here. Now this will probably be your show stealer. This is going to be oh, that's two talents in the ring right now. I'm really liking uh Kensuke Tashida. Will Ospreay speaks for himself. Uh, two talents, man. This I know they got that little stigma there of Don Callis. This is supposed to be two Don Callis family members. Will Ospreay last night got a huge ovation, huge pop from the crowd, even when he was bragging about beating Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho. Uh, but mm, I don't know. Don't know if Don Callis is going to get involved or just going to leave it alone and let him work the match and just flip a coin. Wouldn't mind seeing Tashida win this, but wouldn't be surprised if Will Ospreay win. Since this is supposed to be, his first match as a full-time employee now of All Elite Wrestling. Won't be surprised if Will Ospreay wins this one. Like I said, unless Callis gets involved and helps Takeshita, and that caused his split or Will Ospreay split from the family. But like I said, they do wrestling, not storylines. Let's see here. Yeah, Don Callis. I like it. If he just had Takeshita, well, he's got Hobbs too now, and Fletcher from Aussie Open. Fletcher, I don't know where. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's a Ring of Honor television champion. Oh my gosh, I ain't having a Ring of Honor match here. Oh my goodness. Anyway, um, Tashida needed a mouthpiece, and Don Callis is doing a good job being his mouthpiece. I will give him that. But Don Callis can be annoying. Uh, he probably gets the same heat as Dominique as far as people boo him when he's talking. So I do like Tashida. Wouldn't mind seeing Tashida win. Uh, I say I like to say I give them credit. They're not really easy predictable, but if Tashida wins, I think it'll be due to Don Callis interference. Uh, then maybe if not, Will Ospreay win cleanly. They get mad and turn against Will Ospreay. Maybe, who knows? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you watched Dynamite last night. He got a huge ovation. Uh, in Birmingham, Alabama, that boy who talks funny with an angle, like he's from England or something, he got a huge ovation from the Birmingham, or excuse me, was it Birmingham or Huntsville, Alabama crowd? See, I told y'all people I had a cornbread accent. That was last 2 pieces of cornbread. Yeah, I hate one of them fancy wrestler bruv. He likes to call people bruv. It's brother, not bruv. You an American now. You was in Huntsville, Alabama. And you call people brother, not bruv. What the hell's a bruv? But yeah, he excuse me. Yes, he had a big ovation. The AEW crowd loved him. So, uh, bro, now, bro is if you're from the north, man. If you're from Brooklyn, you call people bro. Maybe Philadelphia, you call people bro. Down south, we call each other brother. Or if you're in South Carolina, Bo. Hey, Bo, what's up? Hey, Bo, could you pick that pliers up? Hey, Bo, get in that there tractor there and dig some of the dirt out. Yes, I spent a lot of time in South Carolina. By the way, South Carolina people are freaking nice. Uh, but like I said, I do. Dude is maybe Florida or out west. Dude. If there's a beach somewhere, it's dude. So maybe around Savannah, Florida, uh, Pensacola, you might hear dude or dude. Hey, dude. But around here is brother. I guess it's England is bruv. Bruv. Yeah, California. California, they have dude. Of course, right. Never mind. Not going to say it. Not going to say it. You're not going to trick me into saying it. Mm-mm. We do wrestling here. We don't mess with we don't mess with or what's going on outside. Let me stay in a wrestling bubble here. Uh oh me. I got mail. But yeah. California, dude, surfers. Dude, what's up? Come on. You watched Bill and Ted? Dude. Or oh crap, what was it? Oh man, I got a brain fart. I got a brain fart. What was the name of that movie? Oh, Trey Car- Trey Parker, Matt Stone, and basketball. Dude, 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 dude. Ah, dude. That that movie could not be made today. By the way. So anyway, there's enough of me cranking out. See, yes, I have just a regular cornbread accent. Then if I'm drinking, maybe get a little tequila or Jack Daniels. It's hey y'all, how y'all doing? Yes, classic. So anyway, uh, they have this all-star eight-man scramble match. Don't know who the we got the first six. Don't know who the second two gonna be. I think they're gonna figure that out come Rampage and Collision. So far it's Chris Jericho, Powerhouse Hobbs, Lance Archer, uh, what's this? Wardlow, Hook, and Brian Cage. Poor Brian Cage, unless he's in a six-man tag match, which you see he ain't got the belts no more. It's Bullet Club Gold has got those now. Um, but Brian Cage can't buy a win, I don't think. So he's probably gonna be uh he's gonna get eliminated. He's gonna get eliminated. Ain't no doubt about it. Once he gets Pierce in the match, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets eliminated. Um, but I will say the dude's jack, pretty agile for a jack dude. Pretty talented. I guess he's doing the uh, Sting roll. I think this is the meat match. I think I avoided that one. That this that just leaves a whole bunch of jokes there. Inappropriate jokes. Tony Khan announcing a meat match. I think this might be the meat match. Could be. Uh, or except for Hook. Hook is I mean he's starting to get built up a little more, but he still needs to eat a couple steaks, some potatoes, a couple of double cheeseburgers. Uh, then work that off. Um, he's a Slim Jim, okay. And this, if this is the meat match, you know, you got a whole lot of meat in there, and Hook is a Slim Jim. Yeah, hopefully somebody thought better about that. That just didn't. Hopefully somebody said, "Con, that just don't sound right." Um, you're not you without your booger sugar. Here, have some booger sugar. Not saying we got proof he does the booger sugar or the nose candy. Just saying. So whoever it is, I think they're pushing Warlow. So I see Warlow going over on this match. Let's see. Then we have the match for the AEW Women's Championship. Timeless Tony Storm against Diana Perazzo. Um, man, she dumped what's her name? She dumped somebody on her head last week. Um, but she's pretty decent. Um, this should be an okay match. I don't think I don't think you have to get up and make a sandwich in this match. Uh, maybe a quick piss or something like that, but not a full blown sandwich break on this match. So Tony Storm is entertaining as his character. Uh, so it might be pretty decent. Uh, unfortunately, probably another one of those matches like they do all the time. They'll make put a match together like this. It does not need to be long, but by God, they will uh, make it longer than it really needs to be. Uh, I say 8-10 minutes at the most with entrance. Um, with a lot of let's see, Tony Storm kind of taking timeouts and stuff. Uh, but I see Tony Storm winning this one. Uh, her character's over. Deanna just got there. No offense to her, she seems decent, but not not the time yet for her. That's just my opinion, but who knows? Somebody might say, "Oh, it'll shock people. Put her over." Why? Why not? People won't think it'll happen. Anyway, and of course now the main event of the match. No, I mean they that's the bad thing about it. They jack up a card and make matches last way longer than they need to be. That one match, what was it? Uh, with the Julie Hart and the creepy chick. That match lasted way too long. That should have been with entrance, uh, a little backing off by Julie Hart, 5 minutes at the most. Maybe okay, entrance, a little bit of post match, 5 minutes. That's all that match needed to be. It didn't need to be that long. I forgot how long it was, but it felt like forever. Uh, but yes, so for the World Championship, see, they have AEW World Championship. Uh, the Hangman, or as I like to call him, the Rhinestone Cowboy, Adam Page, and Swerve Strickland going against the champion Samoa Joe. Me personally, I keep it on Joe, but yeah, they do a lot of exposing in long matches. Well, it shows you. By the way, yeah, this match, I have, I would let Samoa Joe keep it, but I got a feeling they'll go ahead and pull the trigger and give it Swerve. Nothing wrong with that. It's just something I wouldn't do. Uh, Not in a three-way match. Make it mean something when he does win it. Uh, but I keep it on Joe. Wait till a one-on-one match between the two, and then have Swerve beat Samoa Joe. But I do believe they're going to. Wouldn't surprise me if they go ahead and pull that trigger and have Swerve beat them. I could possibly see Rhinestone Cowboy win it. That way they can uh, throw them two back together again. But like I said, I don't I don't trust their creative process. I don't think they think that far in advance. So, uh, and knowing that, I think they'll go ahead and pull the trigger and get the Swerve. I'd keep it on Joe, but I don't have billions of dollars, so um, I'm just a fan with an opinion. That's all, like everybody else out there. But yeah, like you said, it's when you have these long matches like that. Like the it was like the other week or a few weeks ago. There was a match between Adam Page and Claudio Castagnoli. Regardless of how I feel about Adam Page is the talent in the ring. Unfortunately, they like to do move, 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 move. Okay, then once they run out of their moves, they don't know what to do. So when a match goes longer than it really needs to be, and they do all these finishes, and they try to build up to a finish, they look. I mean, it was Adam Page and Claudio Castagnoli, and uh, I'm a I'm a fan of Claudio Castagnoli. I thought he at least should have had, if not be a transitional champion, uh, WWE or world champion, there, this at least transitional or something like that. You know, I know he's not going wasn't going to be the guy, but at least had that one little short run where you transition from one to the other. Um, but like I said, huge fan. But they both, even Claudio looked lost. Like, okay, we did all these freaking moves. Now, what do you want to do now? It's like that's what it looked like to me. And it was longer than it needed to be. Had all these finishes. Uh, then they finally, did a finish. A couple buck shots, and the Rhinestone Cowboy won. Like I said, regardless of how I personally feel about Adam Page, don't care. I'm just not a fan of his. It's kind of like Eddie Kingston. Not a fan of his. Which I forgot that one. That's another one. I did forget. Uh, Eddie Kingston going up against uh, Brian Downston for the Continental Triple Crown uh, Participation Trophy Championship, whatever it's called. Uh, I personally, I'll let Brian Danielson win. Uh, Eddie Kingston, I just think he's horrible. But Adam Page, I'm just not a fan of his. Doesn't mean he can't do it in the ring. It's just when you have it, like you said there, when they do longest matches, a lot of things get exposed, and that exposed both of them. It was like, okay, like I said, we did all these moves. Now what do we do? Oh, we're ready to go home now. Okay, hit your 2 buckshots and let's call it a day. Get the fuck out of here. But but yeah, it's like if you're gonna have a long match, work too. You gotta work a long match, not just move, 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 finish, 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 finish. Oh, and now the big finish. The setup, the even bigger finish. And okay, I'll go ahead and do my finisher. And I'm starting to get another pet peeve here in wrestling. Uh, and when I put up the video, you'll hear you'll hear it again, but I'll delve more into it. I hate it that like if somebody comes in, interferes, hits somebody with an object, or somebody comes in and hits a move, or runs them against a post or something like that, uh, then throws them in the ring. The wrestler they're facing has to do their finish, picks them up, do their finisher as well to end the match. It's like no, it's like the Elimination Chamber match. Well, wait a minute, I think they actually did that right. I'm trying to remember, I think they actually did that right. Uh, Logan Paul, not Randy Orton out. Drew McIntyre just crawled on him, hooked the leg, 1, 2, 3. That's the way you need to do it. Last night there was a match between Sky Blue and uh, Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander. Um, Julia Hart clocked Statlander with a belt. Only thing Blue should have done was crawl on top of her, scored a pinfall. But Statlander was able to get up, and that allowed Sky Blue to hit her, code blue and 1, 2, 3, her finisher. Didn't need it. I don't know. Like I said, it's one of those things that's like the spike pot. This is unnerving to me. It's like, okay, you're supposed to get heat here. You're not getting any heat if you know, you're supposed to get heat by cheat. When you get heat, when you get a heat win, means you cheated the win. If somebody clocks somebody with an object, knocks them out, you just crawl over there and score the pinfall. No need to pick him up or him or her up or wait till him or her gets up and hit your finisher. No need for it. It's happened. I think uh WWE did this a couple Raws ago. It just unnerved me. There was a match between Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. Solo Sikoa hit Cody Rhodes with a spike, the Samoan spike. Deadly move, the Samoan spike. Cody got up, ate a Claymore kick. Didn't need it, but he got up, hit a Claymore kick, and that's how Drew McIntyre won. No, it's like, no. He done got hit with a spike. Cody's down. Drew McIntyre just need to go there, roll him up. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Yeah, it's like, why even do that spot? I mean, it's pointless. I think it's pointless. If anybody watches this, let me know. Am I wrong for thinking that's pointless? If I'm trying to get heat for getting a cheap heat on my heels to get a cheap win, it's like, yeah, somebody came out, nailed somebody with a foreign object, and 1, 2, 3. That's it. Or him in the post. Or gave him a spike power drive, roll him in the ring, pin him. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Or count out. There's no reason for. I just think this looks dumb. Are they that? Don't want to say egotistical that they got to hit their finishing move too, but where, who changed that concept and who invented that concept of that's how we're gonna do things? Ooh, am I shaking? Earthquake. I'm just kidding. Um, sorry, I was just wiping some little bit of dust off. But anyway, I just don't see why you just. That's all you need. That's all you need. Just have like the Samoan Spike. Samoan Spike, deadly move. Knocks it. Well, I mean, John Cena ate like 8 of them, but before he got pinned. But still, it was like the WrestleMania match between Roman Reigns and uh and Cody. Samoan Spike. Reigns could just roll him up. Maybe it's because it was a big show. They had that big spot right there of the spear. But no, you didn't need it. Just hit him with a forearm check. Hit him, have the other guy hit his finisher. Yeah, I mean, and I think that's been going on for a few years. So whose ego got in their way? So they had to. Oh, I got to make sure I hit my finish on this person too. That way people don't think I, won by, you know, had to have somebody help me win. Dude, you're a freaking, or dude, or dudette, you're a freaking heel. You're supposed to cheat to win. It's expected. If you don't care how you win, you're a heel. As long as your hand gets raised, who cares? As long as you win. I mean, that's Rick back in the day, Ric Flair. I'm pretty sure other world champions would do done this. They, purposely get themselves disqualified. Hey, it don't matter. Got their money. I might not have won the match, but I kept the belt. Or if uh, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard came out there and spike pile drive Dusty Rhodes and rolled them in. 1, 2, 3. Or I rolled them up, used the ropes. 1, 2, 3. I didn't care. Or they didn't care. That's how they won. Dirty White Boy. Jerry Stubbs came in and caught Brad Armstrong with a chain, laid him out. You didn't see Tony Anthony pick him up, give him the Buck Snort driver or Buck Snort slam or the whatever his finisher was, and then pinned Brad Armstrong. I was like, no. Jerry Stubbs laid him out for me. Hey, all I gotta do is go there, hook the leg, and just to make it look good, I'll hook the leg. Or just crawl over him and 1, 2, 3 and hit the showers. Go to the pay window, if you will, baby. Um, cause these heels, they knew they knew they was supposed to get heat, and the mentality was, hey, I don't care how I win, as long as I win. I don't need to hit my finisher. Heck, if I had a pair of dunks or a chain in my tights or trunks to nail the baby face with to win, and I didn't get by with it, sure as hell. That's what they did. That's how you tell a story, people. That's how you cheat to win. Um, I'm trying to think. I know sometimes there would be times where Eddie Guerrero would still hit the frog splash, but can't think of all the times he. I think sometimes he just rolled people up and got the cheap win, or hit the chair, slam the chair in the ring, throw the chair at his opponent, and didn't lay down. Hey, you know, a win's a win, even if it's a cheap disqualification. Um, but yeah, that's going to be my new pet peeve. I think it's been my pet peeve for a while, but it's definitely been growing, and thankfully I get this time to lash out about it. Um, but anyway, yeah. So anybody else looking forward to Revolution? Anybody that's going to watch it? Let me know. Like I said, if I watch it, it might be on Monday. Depends on how this jury duty thing goes. Like I said, I heard it's pretty boring. Still ain't figured out a way how I'm gonna get out of it. Don't know if I'm going to say, hey, that's my cousin. Hey, that's my other cousin. Hey, that's my aunt's cousin, which makes me two cousins removed, or how are the fuck? Yes, I'm Southern, but I don't know how that works. uh, but uh, but yeah. Um, so I take it, Joe. You're gonna have to. We got. You're a responsible adult. You don't want to stay up till midnight and or more. I might catch up if I can get home early enough. Yeah, I don't. If I can get home early enough, I might watch it Monday. Depends on what time I can get home. Like I said, I don't know how this jury thing works. I heard I heard it can last. I heard you can wait for days, all week, for just a $25 check or something. I don't know. I've heard a couple stories here and there. I know. Let's see, when was it? Over 20 years ago, I think. I did get a letter to say I need a report for jury duty, but that time I got lucky. I moved from one county into another county. So only thing I had to do is call and say, hey, I don't live in that county no more. So I didn't have to participate in jury duty. So let's see here. Yeah, I think I've gotten all things I've gotten to. I got on a soapbox about something. Uh, did I make fun of AEW long enough? Did I make fun of Nia Jax enough? Um, did I shed enough tears for Oli and Virgil? You remember when Joe? I think we're the same age. You remember when Soul Train Jones hit the Memphis scene? Of course, there's only be one king of Memphis. But yeah, I thought. I mean, like I said, I was a kid. He did. I don't know. Yeah. Well, you don't know how many years I've knocked on wood, said I've never had been asked to serve jury duty. Well, I guess I did knock one time, and here I am. Um, it's probably not going to be fun either. I mean, it's in the town I live in, so it's probably somebody stole somebody's chickens or cow or domestic dispute, which the chick is back with the dude already, or it could be some meth charges there, or a DUI, drinking what or uh DUSM, drinking while smoking, or DWSM, drinking while smoking meth, uh, or selling meth. Who knows? Yes, Soul Train Jones and Memphis. Um, but I looked at a dude, big dude, built dude. Um, didn't think he'll end up being a valet. I think Ted DiBiase called him a valet. My valet, Virgil, going to show everybody's got a price for the $1 million man. Um, or bodyguard. I think sometimes call him valet, sometimes call him bodyguard. Yes, mostly the body. Ted DiBiase's bodyguard, Virgil. Uh, had to got to spend a few years not having to really. Took a few little bumps here and there, but didn't have to take a lot of them, because he was the bodyguard. He just sat there with a fistful of $100 bills and stood there and looked mean. And and of course, uh, they split. Virgil became a babyface. Had a short little run as a $1 million champion. Then uh, straight to mid card hell he went. Then went to WCW and just kind of stood there, looked mean some more. Didn't really didn't do nothing there. Uh, I yelled the same thing. I didn't think yeah, I think it was like a little chain reaction there. I think when my dad seen that first time, I said, "Hey, ain't that one guy? Yeah, Soul Train Jones, but he's Virgil now." God, I hated this. I was on a soapbox when I was a kid about this. I hated, I hated when people would go to the WWF at the time and totally change their name. I mean, at least Ted DiBiase kept Ted DiBiase. You know, it was the $1 million man, Ted DiBiase, or they just would say the $1 million man. Like, I think sometimes he went on talk shows and they didn't say the Ted DiBiase part. They just say, "Welcome, the $1 million man." And but you had that, and then you had Soul Train Jones turn into Virgil. Uh, One Man Gang came in as a one man gang for a brief time, then turned to Akeem, the African Dream. Steve Armstrong came in and became Lance Cassidy. Dirty White Boy came in as T.L. Hopper. Uh, of course, Krusty Khrushchev came in and became Smash. Then a Repo Man. Uh, well, yeah, the Road Warriors came in. They dropped the Road Warriors part and just called themselves Legion of Doom, which back in the AWA and definitely in Crockett, they would call. Well, I actually dated all the way back to Georgia when there was a whole group. Uh, Road Warriors, Jake Roberts, King Kong Bundy, and the Spoiler were all called the Legion of Doom. Then it just stuck with the Road Warriors, the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors. Then came to WWF and dropped the Road Warriors part and just became Legion of Doom. Big Boss Man came in, or Big Bubba Rogers came in and was the Big Boss Man. That's another one. Um, Dude, go back and watch some of his old matches as a Boss Man. Uh, Man, for a big dude, he can move. He was really pretty freaking good. Uh, Talking about the Boss Man. Uh, Nor the Barbarian came in as a Berserker. Trying to think who else. Ah, crap. There's somebody I'm slipping. Of course, later on, Wild Bill Irwin came in as a goon. Um, Damn it. Of course, the Dingo Warrior came in as Ultimate Warrior. Kerry Von Erich, they dropped the Kerry Von Erich part, and I mean, at first they said Texas Tornado Kerry Von Erich, but they did the same thing with Kurt Hennig. Uh, when Kurt Hennig first came in, they said Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. And they slowly dropped the Kurt Hennig part, just call him Mr. Perfect. They did pretty much the same thing with Kerry Von Erich. He came in not as the modern day warrior because they had the Ultimate Warrior. They didn't need another warrior. I guess that's why they dropped the Road Warriors, because they had the Ultimate Warrior. Um, but I think that's the truth of the story. It's like, pal, you're going to have to drop that Road Warrior part because we got the Ultimate Warrior. So when Kerry Von Erich came in, it's like, pal, you're going to have to drop that modern day warrior because we got the Ultimate Warrior. Um, But yeah, so they called Kerry Von Erich, Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich. Then slowly dropped the Kerry Von Erich part and just kept Texas Tornado. They did keep Powers of Pain, Warlord, and Barbarian. Um, that's one of the few ones they kept. There was a few small handful of people that kept their names, but they split them up, and it was just a Warlord and the Barbarian. Uh, King Tonga became Haku. The Tonga Kid became Tama. Let's see. Another one that actually kept his name too was Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Uh, that's one of the very few that did get to keep their name and gimmick, sorta. Um, yeah, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Uh, I think way before he came in, Butch Reed came in, who was Hacksaw Butch Reed, but they dropped the Hacksaw part and told Butch Reed to dye his hair blonde and call him the natural Butch Reed. Rick Martelli, he got to change his name, but until he became the model. Uh, which I don't think they ever really dropped the Rick Martel. They just added the model Rick Martel. I'm trying to think. I know sometimes when they flashed the name, they didn't flash the model Rick Martel. It was just the model. And I believe was it the WrestleMania game on Super Nintendo or could have been Royal Rumble. I think they just called him the model in that game. Trying to think. And Tom's Inc. kept his name, but he didn't last long enough. Uh, actually, well, I mean, this before. I mean, I think the whole name changes really started like 86, 87, maybe 88, where they started changing everybody's name. And I think it was because of copyright. They can copy. I mean, supposedly Linda McMahon really pretty much self-taught herself copyright laws, like really studied it. Uh, she really studied copyright law, so I think that's kind of one of the reasons she wanted, or of course, Businessman wanted to give all these people characters. Um, and hey, we gotta change some names too, so keep we own the rights and the name and everything else. Um, so yes, we might still call you Rick Martel, but we're gonna put the model in there, so your character as a model Rick Martel, we pretty much get to keep that shit. Um, and I guess I want to say that's is somebody chat me up on here who might know, who might watch this later. Uh, yeah, it really kicked in really in the '90s when everybody had an occupation like Duke the Dumpster Drosy, Adam Bomb, like I said, T.L. Hopper, uh, Steve Armstrong came in as Lance Cassidy. He's supposed to be the singing cowboy, but that didn't he didn't last so long. Another guy, Tracy Smothers, came in as Freddie Joe Floyd. I'm like, oh my gosh, it was they had no occupation. Just changed his name to Freddie Joe Floyd. Uh, Jeff Jarrett kind of got to keep his name, but added the whole double J thing to it. Um, Jesse, or not Jesse James, Brian Armstrong became Road Dogg, Undertaker. Speaking of Ole Anderson, uh, I read somewhere where Ole was an idiot and all that. It said he told Mark Calloway nobody go pay to see Mark Calloway. Well, theoretically, in reality too, not theoretically, reality. Oli was right. Nobody will go pay to see Mark Calloway. However, a lot of people paid to see the Undertaker. Undertaker's been retired, and I still go pay to see Undertaker. Uh, and Paul Bearer. Paul Bearer was uh, personal Percy Pringle the third. Uh, and I hated when WC. I think I was who was I talking to about this? Might have been you too. I mean, I hated when no, this was last week we was talking about. I think during the Continental show, Robert Fuller. I hated when he went to WCW and became Colonel Robert Parker. It's like it's Robert Fuller. Just call him Colonel Robert Fuller. Why change the name? I think he changed the name again at WWF for a short time he was there, managing Jeff Jarrett. Uh, but yeah, and then what was it? Jimmy Golden came in as Bunkhouse Buck. That's like, are you freaking kidding me? Uh, that's Jimmy Golden. Anybody who's watched wrestling, like even 5 years before, heck, in Smoky Mountain there was Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden. So if anybody watched Smoky Mountain like a year or so before that, they know there was Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden. If they picked up a magazine, they seen, hey, that was Robert Fuller teaming up with Jeff Jarrett. Uh, but yeah, a lot of cool people. But yeah, uh, the Undertaker was just a complete character change, and uh, Mark Callow or Calloway or whatever his name is, really adapted that and drew a lot of money, made a lot of money, and really nothing you say bad about that. Except for, hey, theoretically, or not even theoretically, like I said, Ole Anderson was right. And I dug Mean Mark Callis. Um, because I seen Mark Callis in Memphis. Uh, as the Master of Pain, he was walking the ropes, delivering a top rope elbow drop while walking the ropes, and dude was like, 6'4", 6'5", big ass dude at the time. Got bigger, of course, but uh, then came to WCW, was a member of Skyscrapers, then kind of started his own thing, started using a heart punch. I thought that was pretty cool. Um, and still did the walk on the ropes with the elbow drop or leg drop or whatever. Especially from a big guy like that, maybe the spoiler did it. And didn't the spoiler have a hand in helping train Undertaker as well? I can't remember now. But once he became Undertaker, he did the old school where he didn't do the walk on the ropes for an elbow drop. He did the uh, arm wrench, or got to the top rope, walk the ropes. Uh, yeah, Sid came in as Sid Justice, then Psycho Sid, and basically Sid Vicious. Um, but yeah, when he first came to WWF, he was Sid Justice. I guess they thought he was going to be uh, the heir apparent to Hogan, because Hogan was going to, I guess, semi-retire and start making movies like Mr. Nanny, uh, Suburban Commando. Should go back. As bad as movies are these days, I want I want movies are so bad they make Suburban Commando look decent. I might have to try. I might have to give that an experiment. Um, but well, another big guy came from Memphis to WWF. The Soul Taker turned into Papa Shango, the Voodoo King, or whatever. Now I think right, I want to say a little before that, didn't Global Wrestling Federation have a guy by the name of Rasta the Voodoo Man, and he was a voodoo guy. And before his match, he'll take us like little or do something like point at his knee or something like that. And all of a sudden, his opponent would start like favoring his knee a little bit. Then during the course of the match, I think a match that really pops in my head is like Rasta Voodoo Man versus Brian Diaz. Yes, I remember dumb shit. In case you're wondering, even stuff from Global Wrestling Federation. There's a match between Rasta the Voodoo Man versus Brian Diaz. Uh, and I think it was Rasta pointing at his knee, and Brian Diaz started kind of limping a little bit. Uh, then, course of the match, Brian Diaz shot Rasta in the corner, charged at him, knee first, but Rasta moved, and wound up going knee first in the turnbuckle and injuring his knee, and Rasta the Voodoo Man took advantage of that and won the match. Kane went by a lot of names, or not a lot of names. Let's see. He was Unabomb and Smoky Mountain. Then he was it Isaac Yankem first? Isaac Yankem DDS. Then he became Fake Diesel or Diesel number 2. Then he beefed up a little more and became Kane. By God, it's gotta be Kane. That's gotta be Kane. Um. Oh. Well done, Timothy Well and Stephen Dunn, who used to be Steve Dahl and Rex King, the Southern Rockers. I guess, of course, it being WWF, they're not going to use a name like Southern Rockers. But they named them Timothy Well and Stephen Dunn, the team of Well Done. Well, I mean, Steve Austin was ringmaster when he came in, then became Stone Cold Steve Austin. He just dropped the stunning part. He was no longer stunning. He was a ringmaster. Then he was Stone Cold. Then became the biggest fucking star in the business. Um, which I still say the last real individual money draw. Just that period with him and The Rock, especially. I will say the last two. As far as you put their name on the card, go and draw a house. Yeah, they changed Cactus Jack too to Mankind. Uh, they sort of toyed with the Van Vader name a little bit. They didn't call him Big Van Vader. They call him the man they call Vader. Uh, but still kind of kept the Vader name. Let's see. Of course, Al Snow they screwed with a couple of times. Call him the Avatar. Then uh, Leaf Cassidy as a member of the New Rockers. Then it was Al Snow. Um, there's somebody else I'm kind of drawing a blank on. Yeah, I think, yeah, probably like late 90s they quit doing that shit. Somewhat. Somewhat. I mean, the prototype just dropped the prototype and used his real name, John Cena. Um, Of course, okay, Brian Danielson became Daniel Bryan. Uh, I'm not sure what his real name is, but Ty Dillinger's real name is not Ty Ty Dillinger or Sean Spears. Oh my gosh, Braun. Yeah, they still do that shit. Braun Breaker. Good gosh. I mean, you look at him. I mean, they already exposed that. Yeah, he is Rick Steiner's son. How come they just don't call him Braun Steiner or whatever his real name is? What is his real name? Gosh, I feel stupid. Oh, I mean, okay. His first name really is Bronson. So, Bronson Recksteiner. So, what's wrong with Bronson or Braun Steiner? Really? Um, oh my God, that kid's young. 26 years old. Only born in 97. I think he's going to have a pretty good career. As long as they drop that breaker crap. Just call him, yeah, just call him freaking Braun Steiner. And Curtis Axel, I hated that. His name is Joe Henning. Yeah, they did it with Brian Pillman Jr., which, mm, Lexus King, I guess that works, but let's at least drop that junior part. Um, who else? Somebody else kind of recent too. Whatever they call the rock star. I don't think she goes by whatever Johnson. I'm not even sure what they call. Yeah, that's another guy was Doc Gallows. He's gone through a shit ton of names. Uh, Luke Gallows, Festus, Tex Ferguson, the Imposter King, Luke Gallows, Doc Gallows. Uh, yeah, he's gone through a mess full of names. I couldn't remember that the other day. Yeah, Sean Spears is now Ty Dillinger again. He's back in NXT. I think he hit somebody with a chair, kind of like how he debuted in AEW. He hit Cody with a chair, but this time he hit somebody else with a chair. Um, well, at least like AJ Styles, he got to keep his name. CM Punk got to keep his name. Uh, Joey Matthews had to change this to Joey Mercury. But yeah, a lot of people, a lot of people had to go in and change. Prince Devitt, Finn Balor, uh, Punisher Martinez is now Damian Priest. Um, Rey Mysterio just had to drop the junior part. Pac had to go. Pac. Crap. What? I'm drawing a blank here. Oh, Aaron Neville or Adrian Neville. Then dropped the Adrian part to Neville, and that was a crappy time too. Nobody had first names anymore. Everybody had to drop their first names. Like no more Matt Riddle, it's just Riddle. No more Adrian Neville, it's just Neville. No more Austin Theory, it's just Theory. Nobody had first names anymore. Anyways, well, kids is oh so it's he's calling himself Sean Pierce or Spears or Peters. He's not going back to. I thought he went back to Todd Dillinger because I mean I didn't see the episode. I just read it online. Todd Dillinger back at NXT. Poor feller. God thought he was more over than he really was. But anyway, kids, it's getting be by that time. Uh, gotta be that Spears. Okay, Spears. Sean Pierce. Pears. Oh, you watch it now. uh, I mean, I hate to say it. The last time I did watch NXT is when they had that head to head with AEW, where they brought Cody and Undertaker out, and everybody came out that night. They pull out no stops. Uh, but yeah. Anyway, like I said, I think I'm gonna call it a night. Kind of shut this thing down and get ready to be an adult tomorrow. Uh, but yes, glad everybody watched. Uh, next week, next week is still up in the air. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to AEW next week or not. Just depends. I might go to one, but not the other. Just depends on which one I actually go to. Um, I might not go to either one, but if I go to both of them, of course, I'll be at the Gas South Arena Thursday night, so there will be no Spot Show live stream with me next week if I decide to go. But like I said, that's still up in the air. But keep tuning in. I'll let people know if uh, I'm going or not. If I'm not going, guess what? Well, well, never mind. I can't say shoot the shit. Somebody took that name. I think that's what I was about to call this show, shoot the shit. But I don't think. I think I was trying to be PC, and dag it, somebody wound up taking a name. Anyway, like I said, that's enough for me tonight. Hopefully everybody has a good Friday. Hopefully nobody has to work this weekend, but if you do, we appreciate it. Until next time, you folks have a good one and take it easy. Hey there, thank you for checking this out. If you enjoyed it, share with friends, drop a like button, leave a comment. Also, be a champ and hit that subscribe button. You can also check me out on social media, Facebook at Ronald Ray, on X or Twitter is RPATRPTV46. Until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.